Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. A feature-length film brought to you again by me. Today, as you can see by the title, I'm doing 7 looks using my Terramoons, some of my Terramoons shades. I was gonna say they're all like Cosmic Chameleons, but they're not all Cosmic Chameleons. Some are, I'm actually not 100% sure. Personally, I can get a little confused with how Terramoons like categorized as their shadows. I'm not sure if all of these are technically multichromes, but they're all very dynamic and all have like multiple shades within them. So take that as you will. And then I have one iridescent multichrome from them that I featured in this as well. I have done a multiple looks video using my Cleona shades. Please excuse my phone. My Cleona glitter multichromes, as well as the Reserve collection from Shine by SD, if you want to go check those out. I really like to do these videos because like focusing on special singles, because I feel like so often, and obviously I myself do this, like I'm guilty of it too, of just like swatching them, showcasing them in like just like arm swatches or swatches on the hand or whatever, or even eye swatches, but I feel like I don't see shades like this used that frequently, like oddly enough, in like looks on the eyes, and I felt like it could be helpful to see how these shades actually pair with like a look, because I feel like because they're so shifty and they're so dynamic, it can be helpful to see how they actually look on the eyes paired with shadows. And sometimes they can be tricky because they're so shifty and they have so many different shades within them that it can be like, well, what the fuck type of colors do I even put with this shadow? So I thought, you know, could be helpful showing you how they actually look on the eyes and then how I personally would pair colors with them. It's also fun for me because it's like kind of like a shop in my stash every day, and I pull out like lots of older palettes and, you know, just play around. I will leave timestamps in a pinned comment, I'm pretty sure, rather than the description box, just with like the individual shadows, like timestamps with each shadow, just so if you are interested in like only one particular shade, it's just easier to go through and find it. And I think that is all that I have to say. Oh my goodness, hello everyone. Welcome to the first look in this Terramoons video, which has been so long. I've been taking so long to make it. But anyway, okay. The first shadow that I'm going to be using in this video is the shade Artemis. Let me switch hands here. And so Terramoons describes this as being a teal, green, and blue chameleon with hints of gold. And I feel like you can easily see all of those shades. So let's just hop right into it. I'm going to start, or I'm going to use, in companion with the shade The Wilderness palette by Beauty Bay today, just because it has a lot of these like tealy, greeny tones that I want to pair with the shadow. So I'm first going to take the shade Mint, and I've primed my eyes using the NARS Smudge Proof eyeshadow base, and I have not set my lids. And I'm just going to take this shade Mint and just use this as my first blending shade, running this all through my crease. Now I'm going to take the shade Forest and use this and put this on my outer corner and run it through my crease. Now I'm going to take the shade Ivy, this darkest green here, and I'm going to use this to deepen my crease and my outer corner. Okay, so I just finished up my lower lash line as well. I just put all the same shades underneath my eyes. So now it is time to put this glorious little shadow onto my eyeballs. First though, I'm going to take some NYX glitter primer. And I'm just going to take a little strip of that and put that all on my lid where I want the shadow to go. And then I'm going to take some of the shade Artemis and put this all over my lid. Look at that. They're so like easy to pick up and put on and use, or at least this shade is. It is so beautiful, so bright, so sparkly. Look at that shade. Oh my god. You can see the gold shift super strongly, and you can see the teal and the green and the blue, especially when, maybe you can't see, but when I turn my head and my eye isn't directly facing the light, the like blue, the darker blue shines through super beautifully. And I love how you can see like all of the shades almost at once, depending on like how much lid space you cover and the way the light is shining. They're just absolutely delicious shades. So now I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, and so now I'm just going to take some of this on my finger, and that's barely like pressing into the pen, and I'm just going to intensify the shade on my lids. Look at her. Next time Terramoons has a sale, I'm making another order because this is so pretty. Look at that on my finger. It's like mermaid fantasy. So beautiful. And then finally I'm going to take the shade Ray from this palette, which these shadows I just feel like complement this particular shade so perfectly. And I'm going to give that a little spray and put this on my inner corners. Look at that, how perfect is that? And then, you know what? Because I just want to slather this shadow all over my face, I'm going to take that on my pinky and just put this on the inner part of my lower lash line. I've been loving doing this so much recently, and just feel like it kind of ties everything together. Beautiful. So I'm just going to finish up my eyes. I'm going to put a little bit of black in my outer corners and then be back to show the finished look. Okay, and this is the finished look. Obsessed. I love it. If you are a blue and green eyeshadow lover, you will love this shade. It is so, so beautiful. The unfortunate thing about like having a ring light and stuff is that it doesn't always show the shifts of shadows the best, but you really can see truly every single shade that they describe in this shadow. I mean, it's like a blue and green and gold shifting shade, so it's not super shifty because the colors are like pretty close together, but like you can see like the darker blue shift is super strong in lower light, and then straight on you can so clearly see like the teal and the gold like at the same time. It's so nice. It's so, so nice. I'm so excited to wear this all day. On my lips, I'm wearing the NYX lip liner in Nude Truffle. I have the Rimmel liquid lip, Stay Matte liquid lip color in the shade Raw Embrace, and my lips are so dry, so I put the Tower 28 Shine On Lip Jelly in the shade Magic on because it's really moisturizing. And that is all she wrote, and I'm not going to stay too long in these outros to keep these videos as succinct as possible. Okay, hello. Coming at you with my jammies on because it is 7:12 in the morning, but we are doing the second shadow in this Terramoons video, which is Helix Nebula, one of the ones that I'm most excited about. So, let me get this into focus. So Terramoons describes this as being a deep blue purple chameleon with gold, green, and orange shifts. So there's a lot going on in the shadow, and this was one that I found a little bit difficult to kind of come up with what I wanted to pair with it, just because there are so many things going on. Let me put this notebook away. But I think I want to incorporate, because there's like a neutralness to it because it has like kind of orangey gold shifts, but also like a very like bluey purple base. So I want to kind of incorporate like neutral purple and blue all in one. And that's my plan anyway. So I'm going to start by taking this shade from Adept. This is the shade ACM 31. I'm going to take a pretty light hand with this because I want to use it as like my initial shade to blend. So I'm going to lightly take that and run this through my crease as my initial, like I said, blending shade. The blend on that is a little bit wonky, but I don't know if that's just because of my eyelid situation. My eyelids are really dry right now. Anyway, now I'm going to take the Beauty Bay Age of Opulence palette, and I'm going to take the shade Prohibition, which is basically just this neutral brown. And I'm just going to put this on the in my outer corners, and then through the just like outer half of my crease. And now I'm going to take the shade Lavish. This is pretty similar to like the blurple base of Helix Nebula. So I'm going to take this bluey, like indigo almost shade and put this on the front part of my crease. And then I'm going to take the shade Speakeasy, which is this purpley shade. And then I'm going to use that to deepen out my whole crease all the way through and my outer corner. Okay, so now it is time to put this shadow all over my lid. So I just obviously finished at my lower lash line. I just put the brown and all the other crease shades. I just put the brown and then deepened it up with Speakeasy and then blended it with the Adept shade that I used in my crease. Just all blended out underneath my lower lash line. So now, before I go in with the Terramoon shade, I'm going to take some NYX glitter primer and put this just all over my lid where I want the shadow to go. And then I'm going to take Helix Nebula. Ooh, oh my god. Look at that. You can definitely see like the orangey gold shine through. Pretty strongly, actually. Yeah, and then the blue purple base. You can see it depending on how like front facing, depending on how like your eye hits the light, but obviously if you turn your head away from like a light source or to the side, you can see it pretty strongly as well. Oh, that is such a beautiful shade. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's really quite something. Whew. So I'm just going to do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a little bit of this in my finger. Oh my god. And when I turn it to the side, I can't really see, but when I go like this to my hand, like when I turn it at a certain angle, I can see the grain pretty strongly. It's one that's a little bit more subtle. I wonder, I always try to do this and it never works. Maybe like that, I don't know. But anyway, you can see the green shift. It's just more at like really particular angles. But facing forward, you can see the purple with the orange and the gold sheen and the blue very, very clearly. You can see the green, it's just a little bit more hidden in there. And then I am going to take some of my pinky and put it, actually, okay, I will do that, but I'm going to do my inner corner shade first. I'm going to take Red Giant from Terramoons. And then I'm going to take some Helix Nebula on my pinky and put this in the front part of my eye. Like on my bottom lash line. Okay, and this is the finished look. I love it. This may be one of my favorite looks I've ever done. I just think this is such a special shade and it's so beautiful. And when I go into like a different lighting that's not like one bright light shining on me, it literally looks like a rainbow on your eyes. It's so beautiful. It's ridiculous. And I love it. I feel like you could really pair this with a lot of different things too. Obviously I did multiple colors, but you could do purples. You could even just do like completely neutral and then put this all over the lid and that would look really, really beautiful as well. I'm just a big fan. So on my lips, I have the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Brooklyn Thorn, blended out with the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in Sandstorm. And then I have the Essence Clear Gloss on top. And I just have a black in my waterline, Amazon lashes on, and yeah, that is all she wrote. So that's it. Okay, hello my friends. Welcome to the third look in this Terramoons video. I know for a fact that you can hear my laptop. It's about to combust. I'm exporting a video, but I have to keep an eye on it. Otherwise, sometimes it doesn't work. I'm very sorry. Luckily, this isn't like a huge talking part, but anyway, that's what that aggressive, like, wheezing sound is. Anyway, today we are going to be using the shade Reign of Terra, which is a beautiful purple. Terramoons describes this as being a violet blue chameleon that shifts blue, orange, and gold. So I feel like it's a little bit similar to Helix Nebula, but a little bit more purple. Very excited about this. I think I'm going to just play up the purpliness part of it and let the other like shifts of color shine through. So I'm gonna do a mostly purple crease. I feel like I never stop using purple, but I'm not mad at it at all. So I'm going to start using my Kaleidos Lunar Lavender palette, and I'm going to take this shade right here, this light lavender shade, and I'm going to run this through my crease as my initial blending shade. Now I'm going to take the Beauty Bay Utopia palette. I'm going to take the shade Serene, which is this beautiful cool toned purple. This has quickly become my like go-to cool toned purple that I use because it's so beautiful. I'm going to run this through my outer corner and my crease. And now I'm going to take my Tartist Pro palette, an oldie but a goodie, and I'm going to take the shade Vamp, this really dark purple shade, although you probably can't see it because the palette is so shiny. And I'm going to use this to deepen my crease and my outer corner. Okay, so I just did my lower lash line just with all the same shades that I used in my crease, and now it is time to put Reign of Terra all over my lids. Again, as usual, I'm going to first go in with the NYX Glitter Primer and put this all over my lids. And then take Reign of Terra and place this down. So beautiful. This actually in a way reminds me of Stencil from Cleona because it has that like really blue purple base. Like the blue is pretty strong in here, and then you have that like warm orangey gold sheen. But obviously they're very different textures. So pretty. If you're a purple lover, you will definitely love this. And I apologize still for the aggressive laptop sound. I accidentally deleted or canceled the export of my video, so now I have to restart all over. So we're living life. Really fun. It's great. It's great. And I'm just hoping and praying that it finishes before I have to start work in an hour and 15 minutes. Okay. Anyway, that's not what you care about. This shade is so beautiful. You can see the blue. Oh, I think you can see it like here super strongly. And then honestly, this is the thing about multichromes, right? It's like, especially when you put them all over the lid, you can see the different shifts. I find particularly with these Terramoons shades, just with the contour of your eye, which is why I want to just put them all over the lid. I feel like that's how they shine the best, because you can honestly see the different shifts just depending on the way the light hits your eye. Like here, you can definitely see the like blue purple base. Here you can see the like orangey gold shine, and then again that blue comes back. It's just so pretty. It's, oh my god. And I feel like you could pair this with blue. It obviously pairs really well with purple. Just beautiful. So I'm just going to do the same thing on my other eye. Okay, and now I'm going to take this on my finger. And again, same with Helix Nebula. I can see the green when I have my hand like this, like on the very, and like a different lighting. Kind of like, yeah, in a lighting that I have to kind of like angle. But when I go like into the bathroom, for example, like in a lighting, like a different lighting setting, I can see all of the shifts, or at least like for example with Helix Nebula I could, just depending on the lighting situation, which is also the fun of multichromes and also why they can be a little bit difficult to use sometimes. But that's just, it's so beautiful. I feel like you really don't get the full effect of these shadows just with swatching. Like, they really shine when you put them all over your lid. For my inner corner, I'm going to take a Shine by SD shade. This is Reserve number 5. It kind of goes perfectly, honestly. Not the brightest shade, but it has like a cool toned blue and warm toned purple shift, so I feel like it kind of fits with this shadow. Alright, and this is the finished look. Sorry, you can still hear my laptop. It's a whole thing. Anyway, Jesus Christ. Anyway, we won't be here long, so just please excuse that. On my lips, I used the Annabelle Big Show Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Avant Garde. I feel like I've been using this a lot recently, particularly with purple, but I just feel like it's the perfect lip to pair with purple, and I can't stop using it. So apologies, but it is like one of my favorite lip products that I own. Yeah, and this is it. That's all I have to say. It's absolutely stunning. And when I go into like a different lighting source that's a little bit dimmer, not so much like one big direct light, you can really see the blue and the green as well in like a dimmer light. That really shines through. It's just so pretty. All of these shadows are just absolutely just they're beyond description, truly, and it's something that I feel like doesn't always show in like photos. Anyway. That's truly all I have to say. Okay, let's get into the fourth look. Hello, welcome to my crusty lips, and also, I can't remember, I think this is the fourth look in this Terramoons video. This is featuring the shade Daybreak, which I don't know if it's a multi-chrome for sure. This is probably the least shifty of all of the shades, but Cleona described this as being a baby yellow chameleon with red and gold shifts and hints of blue. So I guess technically it is a multi-chrome. I think this is going to be one that's going to be like more dynamic on the eyes, just because you can't always see the swatches or the shifts in the pan, but when I swatch it, I can. Let me put my notebook away. So I'm going to pair this with pinks today. I don't know, I think that's going to look nice. And I haven't done like pink and yellow, I know, if ever on my channel, if not recently. So I'm going to be featuring the Lunar Beauty Moonspell Volume 2 and the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe Volume 2 palette. Volume 2 is all around today. So I'm going to start with the Lunar Beauty palette, and I'm going to take the shade Alex, which is this, you can see that, light pink. Oh, I haven't. Yeah. I'm just going to run this through my crease as a transition shade. I have a lot of blush on today and I brought it onto my eyes, so it's all gonna blend together. Okay, and then I'm going to take the shade Willow from the Lunar Beauty Moonspell palette. I know I said I was going to go, I'm going to go in with pink in the inner part of my crease, but I'm going to take this red and put this on the outer half, like the outer corner of my eye, and then bring it halfway through my crease. Okay, so now in the front part of my crease, I'm going to take the shade Tipsy Girl, just like a cooler toned pink that's like a little bit under, like fluorescent, you know? And I'm going to put this right in the front half here. Okay, and then I'm going to go back into the Moonspell palette and take the shade Queenie, which is this deeper burgundy, and use that to deepen my outer corner and my crease, bringing this all the way through. Okay, so I've cut my crease, and I also put, you know, all the shades in my crease on my lower lash line. Now it's time to put Daybreak on my eyes. First, I'm going to use some NYX glitter primer. I don't know why I leaned so far over. So I'm just going to put that all over my lid where I've cut my crease. And then I'm going to take Daybreak. Oh, I'm so excited. Put this all over my lid. Oh, you can definitely see the blue now that it's on my eyes. I can see the blue shift. I actually can't see the red as much, which is interesting. But that might be sometimes sometimes certain shifts only show up in like lower light or different lighting situations. But I can definitely see the blue. Like when I turn my head away from the light, I can see the light blue shift very nicely. It's not quite as sparkly as some of the other shades. It's a little bit just like smoother, but it's really pretty. It's like such a beautiful, this is definitely a look that would look great in summer. I mean, it still looks great in January, but makes me miss summer. I can see the red actually a little bit now when I get a little bit closer up. But it's more like a red that's like a pinky red that's like shining through, as opposed to like a shift, which is like what this blue is doing here. So I'm just going to put this all over my other lid. And then I'm going to take some Daybreak on my finger. Ooh, so nice. And intensify it on my lid. I feel like swatching definitely doesn't do the shade justice. Again, not super sparkly, but really pretty. This with just like all yellows too would look super nice. And then on my inner corners, I feel like I kind of have to use Red Giant because it looks like it would, I feel like it would be the perfect inner corner for this look. I'm gonna give that one spray and then I'm going to just pop this on my inner corner. Okay, and this is the finished look. I think the shadow is kind of deceivingly beautiful. When I go into like my bathroom lighting shows off multichromes in like the best way. It's so weird, I don't know, but if it's like lower lighting, not like direct facing, you know, lighting like this, it really does like shine super red. Like it's not even a shift, it's just like a yellow that's just like shining red when the light hits it. It's so pretty. And then definitely, excuse my eye twitch, I don't sleep enough, when you turn your head to this side and then it's not directly facing the light, you can see the light blue shift. So I think this, it looks, even when you swatch it as well, like it looks very boring almost in the pan, like not very dimensional, but I think it's really beautiful. Not quite as sparkly, so it's not quite as enticing to me as some of the ones that have like tons of sparkle, but I think it's a really beautiful shadow, and I'm always looking for like really beautiful special yellow shadows that aren't gold. So I think this is quite nice. And if you don't love super glitzy sparkly shadows and you want something that might be a little bit more subtle or like easier to wear for every day, this is definitely a good option. All right, let's get into the next look. Oh, by the way, on my lips, I used the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Endless Cacao and the Maybelline lipstick in Beige Babe. I haven't used this in a really long time. I pulled it back out for this. Anyway, okay, now let's get into the next. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to my crusty lips and my pajamas. Okay, and the next shadow in this video, which I believe is the 5th one. I'm going to, okay, it's not focusing, be using Red Giant today. It's gonna look pretty much, I think, white in the pan, but Terramoons describes this as being a red, gold, and pink shade. This is an iridescent chameleon. I initially wasn't going to use these in this video, but then I was like, I really do want to incorporate them into looks in a way that's not just like in the inner corner and stuff. So I'm gonna do like a black all over my lid as like a black base and put it on because I haven't done that and I want to. So I'm going to use my Jaclyn Hill and Morphe Volume 2 palette today, and I'm going to start using this yellow called No Joke. Excuse my hair as well. I'm not looking my finest right now. Can I zoom in a little bit? I think so. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna run this through my crease just as kind of like my first blending shade. Okay, so now I'm going to take the shade Living My Best, which is this red here, and I'm going to I actually think I'm just gonna, I'll probably end up putting it in my inner corner a little bit or my outer corner a little bit, but I'm pretty much actually just gonna run this through my crease just because I'm gonna put black all over my lid, so there's really no point in putting it in my outer corner, to be honest. Okay, now I'm gonna take this shade Crazy. I wasn't gonna do this, but I think it's just gonna help blending a little bit, so I'm just gonna take this and run this through my crease just to deepen it up a little bit more. And now I'm gonna take the black, the shade Temptress, and I'm gonna take a little bit of that and just initially run this, like blend this through my crease as well. And then I'm going to put this black all over my lid. Okay, so I just did my lower lash line. I just used all the same shades that I used on my lid. And then before I go in with Red Giant, I'm going to take some NYX glitter primer. I'm going to put this just a little bit on my finger. And then I'm just going to tap this all over my lid. I'm not going to go all the way up to where the black ends, but where I would normally put a shimmer. And then I'm just going to take Red Giant on my finger and pat this over the glitter glue. Oh my god, that's so pretty. Wow. It's so like pinky red. I mean, obviously you know that. Oh, weird. What is going on here? I think this area didn't have the glitter glue, and so it's looking a little bit weird. I might just put a little bit of black there. I don't know if it's because it's not, oh, it's because it's not facing the light. So when I turn away, you can see like the gold from the light, and it looks almost like whitish, which is kind of weird. But again, I think it might be because like this lighting isn't always the best to show off like multi-chrome shifty shades, you know? That's really crazy. I hope you can see like the way it changes in the middle of my eye, like how like the contours of my eye change how the light hits it. You can so clearly see the reddy pink, and then when it shifts to goldy, it has green to it. It doesn't really say that in the description, but it definitely has green. It like really changes. That's crazy. And then I'm going to take this Red Giant, obviously, and then put this in the front of my eye right now. But in the front of my eye. And then I'm also going to take this in my inner corner, and I think this is going to show like the way that the shade changes over a black base versus not. So I'm going to spray that, and obviously there's some darkness there, but I haven't put any black on my inner corner. And then I'm just going to put that here. Okay, and this is the finished look 5, I believe. On my lips I have on the Makeup Forever Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Endless Cacao, and then the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Lipstick in Raw Embrace. It's been like my go-to nude as of late. I would encourage every single person watching this, if you own a multi-chrome, put them over a black base, because it really transforms the shadow. It makes it look like you have two completely different shadows. It's so, so beautiful. Again, it's difficult to kind of see the dimension in this lighting and stuff because I just have like a ring light in front of me. But I do like close-ups of my like eyeshadow. Typically, if it's like shifty or sparkly, on my Instagram at Laura Clark Makeup. If you want to see more of those, I have a highlight called Sparkle Shots. It's like the best. Anyway, but it's crazy when you go into like different lightings. It looks so beautiful, and honestly I think Terramoons does the shadow a disservice by describing this as just a pink, red, and gold shade, because there's green to it, there's gold, there's red, there's pink, there's just so much dimensionality, and it is so, so beautiful. And I'm super, super happy that I decided to do this and incorporate these iridescent shadows into this video, because it's really beautiful and not as intimidating, excuse my twitching eye, as you might think. It's really not that bad, especially if you work in layers, go, you know, dark to light or light to dark. Blending, not so bad. All right, let's get into the next look. Okay, hello, welcome to the 6th look, I believe, in this video. Today, I'm so sorry about construction outside, but we gotta deal with it, I guess. Today, I'm going to be using the shade Supernova. Again, you probably won't be able to see the shifts, but it's so dynamic. It's one of the most dynamic, I think, shifty shades, oops, almost dropped it, that I have. Let me see, Terramoons describes this as being a teal blue chameleon with orange and gold shifts. You can see those so clearly, and I feel like in certain lights there's also a pink to it as well. So I think I'm gonna just go full in and just go like blue in my crease, just to keep it simple and like let the shade kind of shift as it wants to, you know, like highlight the shiftiness of the shade. I'm gonna use my two Dominique Cosmetics palettes. I haven't used these in a while. I'm first going to start with the Dominique Cosmetics Rustic Glam palette, and I'm going to use the shade Dreamcatcher. This light blue, it's like a sequin shade, like a matte with glitter, but, or sparkle or whatever, but it's pretty much just a matte. And I'm going to just use this as my initial blending shade all through my crease. Okay, now I'm gonna take the shade Evil Eye. I feel like I haven't used this palette in a while, but these shade names are a little problematic. And I'm just gonna take that and put this in my outer corner and run it through my crease. Okay, now I'm going to take the Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream palette, and I'm going to take the shade Blueberry Muffin, which is this dark blue here, and I'm just going to use this to deepen my crease. Okay, so now it is time to put Supernova all over my lid, and we listen to the beautiful sounds of the construction. First though, I'm going to put some NYX glitter primer all over my eyelid. And then I'm gonna take Supernova and put that all over my lid. Oh my good God. Can you see that orange? That is so special. Wow, 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 wow. It's definitely a little bit of a lighter blue tealy shade, but you can see, especially when it kind of goes over the deeper part of my crease, you can see the orange come through so strong. Wow. That is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. It's so dimensional and so shifty. Okay, now I'm gonna take Supernova on my finger. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh. And I'm just gonna intensify this on my lid. Holy shit. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of this, put this on the front of my lower lash line, just because I want to use this everywhere that I can. I really hope that you can see the like orange. And then when I turn my head to the side, it's like very tealy blue. And then in certain lights, it's also pink as well. And then gold. Ugh, so beautiful. For my inner corners, just to round it out, I think I'm going to take Reserve number 6 from Shine by Esty. Just pop this in here just to have a nice sparkly blue inner corner. Okay, and this is the finished look. I absolutely love it. This shade is so pretty. If you, well, I was gonna say if you like blue, but if you like if you like wearing blue and you like shifty, beautiful multichromes, This is a really, I feel like, unique shade. And so pretty. On my lips, I have the NYX lip pencil in Espresso. I blended it out with the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in Sandstorm, and I have the Propa Beauty lipstick in the shade Made It. So it's kind of like orange. I wanted to play into like the orange shift, so I have orange blush and then orangey on my lips. I'm into it. I don't want to go to work today, but alas, it's the name of the game, right? Okay. Hello, welcome to the final look of this video. Today, I'm going to be using the shade Inertia. Let me see if it can focus. Terramoons describes this as being a grungy green chameleon with orange and gold shifts, which is very accurate. It has like, I feel like a range of green. Like in some lights, it's like kind of like a brighter green. In some lights, it's very dark and olive, and you can see the gold and orange really clearly. When I look at this, like, I think, yeah, you can see it too. If you look at this, I can get it to focus head on, it looks very like reddy orange, and then in like when you turn it to the side, it looks super green. Very excited for this, as you know, I'm excited for all of them, but you know how I love a good grungy green. So I'm going to dive back into the Kaleidos Flower Punk palette for this look today. And I'm going to start with the shade Golden Age here, which is this really beautiful mustardy green. And I'm going to run this through my crease as an initial blending shade. Okay, and now I'm going to take the shade Earthship, which is this darker olivey green. I'm going to run this through my outer corner and my crease. Okay, so now I'm going to use my Melt Smoke Sessions palette, and I'm going to take the shade Sour Diesel. I feel like you absolutely cannot come up with a better shade to use in this look. And I'm going to just use this to deepen up my crease. Okay, now it is time to use Inertia. That was so unnecessary. First though, as I have been doing, I'm going to take the NYX Glitter Primer and put this all over my lid. And now I'm going to take Inertia. Oh my god, first of all, impeccable pairing with the crease, if I do say so myself, and absolutely stunning. I feel like the orange shines through when it's directly facing a light source, because I can see the orange and like a gold really strongly, and then when I turn my head, the like grungy green comes out. If you love like olivey greens, or even if you love neutrals, I feel like, and you want to like incorporate a little bit of color, I feel like this shadow would be good, because olive green and like grungy green feels like almost a neutral adjacent tone to me. I don't know why, but also because it has that like orange in there and like a gold shift. It's not shifting like bright blue or anything like that. You could easily pair this with brown and it would look beautiful. I think this is a very good option if you don't like love color but you want to incorporate something a little bit special and interesting. That's absolutely beautiful. I can see myself wearing this all of the time. Yeah, and the like dark green is more apparent when it's not directly facing the light, and then you could see the gold and the orange shine through when you are like facing a light source. It's really, really pretty. Okay, I'm just gonna put this all over my other eye. Okay, and now I'm gonna take Inertia all over my lid. It's so beautiful with my finger. And then I'm going to put this on the inner part of my lower lash line. Then for my inner corners, I'm going to take Lightyear from Terramoons because I feel like it's going to go really well. Okay, so I'm just going to do this, finish up my eyes and my face and do my hair and stuff, and then be back to conclude this look and the video. Okay, so this brings this video and this look to an end. On my lips, I used the NYX lip liner in Nude Truffle, and I put a little bit of Endless Cacao by Makeup Forever in the center. And then this is new to me, I just received it in the mail. If you watched my last video, which was my January recap, I mentioned that I bought the Fenty Beauty Heat lip gloss in the shade, I think I said Fussy in that video, but I actually bought it in Fenty Glow. And yeah, I got it yesterday and I'm wearing this today on my lips. It is beautiful, different. I'll probably talk about this at a later time that's not in this video, but different shade to the original Fenty, like Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb. And this is quite a spicy lip gloss, I will say. So if you don't like stinging, plumping lip glosses, this probably won't be for you. But I love it and I love the shade. I think it goes perfectly with this look, and it's almost an exact dupe of, like, not dupe, but like the same shade as my blush, which is worked out very well. Oh, and I have the Bold Face Makeup Lashes in the shade, in the style Now or Never on, and I used these in my last look as well, but I forgot to mention that, so keep that in mind. Okay, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I honestly really love making these videos so much. Like, it's so fun, and I think it's just such a good way to make sure that I'm using my single shadows to, like, I don't know, provide perhaps inspiration, or, you know, to provide maybe inspiration on how to use these if you have them, or you've been stuck with color combos or anything like that, or just how a particular shade looks like in an actual look on the eyes, all that kind of stuff. Let me know if you enjoyed this and want me to keep doing them. I always say that, and I know that I'm going to keep doing them no matter what, but it's always nice to have feedback of the people that that are watching my videos apart from me. And I do have more. I have 6 more shades of these that I haven't used, so I'll do a second video using those. I just thought 13 shades was a lot to cram into one. 10 I can do, 13 is a lot. I don't have much else to say other than thank you so much for watching this far, if you've made it to the end, and I would love to see you in my next video. Thank you so much. Bye!